Hey, everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason here at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki in downtown Brenham, Texas. And this is the report for November the 13th, 2024 to November the 19th, 2024. And as always, we begin with our closest star for the Star Report, the sun. The sun has been quiet as of recently, with only small flaring and no large CMEs headed towards Earth or impacting Earth over the last couple of days. So that should be a little bit of relief. Sort of feels like a calming. There are some coronal holes that are locking magnetically with Earth, and so the coronal hole stream should be arriving today sometime. Perhaps, yeah, someday, probably towards the evening. And just that's a lot. As a reminder, when those things happen, we feel a compression, and that compression sort of will feel like a sluggishness, maybe like jogging in the sand. Sometimes that can sort of feel like a heaviness in the chest, but it's not usually as triggering of maladies like heart palpitations and mood disorders like solar flare impacts do. So just pay attention. Then, if you're feeling a little sluggish or a little bit heavy, sometimes it can make you sort of feel calm too, right? Like those things that they give us to buy, like weighted blankets and things like that. So you could have a nice calming, relaxation effect of that. We are currently still in the sign of Scorpio, solar sign. Look, sun, solar sign. And that is going to be until I think the end of this week, maybe a little after the 21st. And just a reminder, that is going to be affecting your physical body and the sacral. So sacral chakra, and then also at the base of the spine and the nerves that extend from there. Those usually sort of control our motor functions down in the legs. So if there's a blockage or something like that, you could have lower back pain, maybe even a sciatica. And it also governs our sex glands. We are moving next into Sagittarius on the 21st, and those are going to affect those. That is for those of you who sort of feel the pre energies of stuff, that's going to sort of affect the thighs, so where the quads are and stuff like that. So your ability to balance and move forward and all that kind of fun stuff. And also the liver, right? So pay attention to holiday drinking if you still do such things. That the liver will be affected, right? And so liver also has a mind of its own. It's the regenerative part, right? So that you sort of understand that there's a regeneration going on. So as we move into winter and we become calm and hibernate, it is about the body regenerating. It's about our energy regenerating. It's about the spirit regenerating. We are currently, at least for part of the week, in 5 retrogrades. Saturn, which is about mystical timing, is currently in retrograde. Neptune, which is about our cosmic consciousness, Christ consciousness. It's you don't want to think of this as groupthink, as sort of being governed by what everybody else is doing, like as in a cultural thing, but that there is uh, uh, an akashic like record that is accessible by the human mind, and so that would be unified consciousness or cosmic consciousness, which has information available to it. And then is also broadcasting information down to us. So people that have epiphanies or new ideas of ways to do reality and life sort of come forth during that time. Chiron is about healing our past limitations, right? So all the times where we played small, where we could have played big, Chiron is helping us sort of fix that. Uranus is still in retrograde, and that is really about rebuilding the 3D self. So that's going to be physical health, physical vitality, right? And this could even be dressing better, right? This could be this thing that you are occupying and moving through space in is worthy of its cosmic origins, right? It's also divine. It is not, this is divine, spirit is divine, and flesh is lower, right? It has divinity within it. And the little bitty particles that make it up are here because they have agreed to be partners. So, right, respect their divinity as well, is what sort of Uranus helps us do. And then Jupiter is still in retrograde, and Jupiter is really about self-worth and power and stuff like that. But it's at least for now is oriented towards self-worth of valuing the self interacting in a 3D reality, right? So this is entrepreneurship. This is coming up with new ways to make more money at the same job. This is about expanding and being seen so that you could be promoted appropriately. All that kind of energy happens with Jupiter in retrograde. And that leads us, I think, that leads us into today, Wednesday, November the 13th. And so moving in to today, Mercury is still in the pre-shadow, Mercury retrograde pre-shadow, right? So communications, paperwork, transportation, right, might get a little hazy. Internet speeds, even though the sun isn't doing mad things to us, we still have more cosmic energy coming in because of the lower Earth protection fields. And so that the communication stuff should sort of pay attention to, right? Um, Moving right along, mixed with the energy of Saturn, which is bound to move direct. Um, what did that say? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So with this retrograde and with the help of Saturn fixing to go direct, it's really calling you to move away from efforting and into allowing, right? It still takes a strength and a decision point, but it's not about forcing things to happen. It's about allowing things to happen when this energy is sort of. And so uh, I think one of the things to sort of be like an allowance of is not passivity. And so the cautionary tale is this energy might uh, cause you to yield to other people. And so this is really with the power of Saturn trying to get you to sort of see that you are the leader of your own life, not habit, not culture, and not even your boss. Right. And so pay attention to that. Oh no, don't tell your boss off. Don't quit your job before the holidays. That's crazy. Um, Moving right into tomorrow, Thursday, November the 14th. The moon will be closest to the Earth all month, right? It goes in a elliptical, right? And so it goes back and forth, closer and farther away from the planet. And the moon closest to the Earth all month is really playing into melting away. Melting away. Yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but the reason we put crystals out and stuff is when you get in the moonlight is colder than it is in the shadow, meaning that you're having energy extracted from you, right? So the moon is indeed cleansing. So it's removing at its closeness the idea of self-doubt, of guilt, right? The reason you're not moving forward in your life, the reason that you've ceded control to it is because you feel guilty for either not living up to your stuff or you did something so bad and horrible that there's no redemption for you. And then self-doubt, right? Are you worthy of the things that you desire, or are you feeling untrained, unconnected, all that fun stuff that sort of makes us have self-doubt? That starts to go away, and you get to really sort of unify the heart and the mind, right? The heart has desires, the heart is leading you, the heart is a electromagnetic broadcast of vortex energy, right? So true self, divinity, sort of being broadcast through the physical form, like, hey, this is what divinity is saying to you. And then the mind is reading the physical reality and sort of going, oh, well, that's a great idea, but. And so this energy of Thursday tomorrow is really going to be about unifying the heart and mind, where they sort of come into agreement of heart wants this, mind makes it happen, rather than mind goes, well, here's why it can't happen. Could be some good energy for you tomorrow. I look forward to that because my mind works overtime. Probably because I had too much formal education where blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So lots of degrees doesn't necessarily make your mind work in a more metaphysical sense. It does give it processing power. And so you can switch that over from the effort of thinking hard into allowance of tons of spiritual energy to flow through the body. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, something to look forward to, or work towards. That's a good phrasing. Moves us into Friday the 15th. And also kind of Saturday the 16th, because large planetary bodies don't move on a dime. And so Saturn will start to move direct and be direct by Saturday the 16th. And so Saturn is going to move direct. That is going to be a super full moon during that time. And so that super full moon being close to the Earth, all that fun stuff, everything of Thursday is amplified Oh my goodness. And really, what's going to be the telltale sign that this energy is shifting for you is not necessarily a new path, but if you've been working on trying to get somewhere, the path to get there opens up, right? Whether that's an acquaintance, whether that's a windfall of cash, whether that's I don't give a shit, I'm going anyway, you know, trust the universe kind of thing. And you're just like, I'm back in the car. I ain't got a job or enough money to do this, but I'm going. You know, that's a lot of trust that the universe sometimes appreciates and reciprocates. And the energy is sort of like, let's go kind of energy for the weekend, Friday, Saturday. And so look for that new path to open up. And you know, new is good sometimes. Leads us into Sunday, the 17th. Yeah, 17th of November, 2024. And that's going to leave us with just 4 retrogrades that we mentioned at the top of the broadcast. And on that day, also the Leonids, so Leo, meteors will be coming from Leo, the zodiac sign. And so a lot of those things are about how you, the epiphanies that come from meteorites, and especially coming from that direction, are a whole lot of how society sort of shift. Um, Yeah. And so when society sort of shift, they either shift with power or they sort of shift into disarray, right? So you want to think of these epiphanies, these meteorites that are coming from Leo as forerunners of the changes that are going to be happening on Tuesday, Wednesday. Whew. Yeah. So look forward to Leonid's helping with some really like, is this possible? And then just believe yes. And then also on Sunday, the 17th, Uranus is going to be the closest all year. Um, and it's going to help your health really get on track, right? So, like we just sort of mentioned about pay attention to your drinking habits because Sagittarius is going to be governed by the liver. It is also with Uranus being so close is about the 3D self, right? So it's about being more health conscious about what or how much you eat, right? I know there's a lot of traditions and there's a lot of triggers, especially smells that can't be filtered by the amygdala, right? So there's a lot of smells and things that you create that the smell of it causes timelessness to sort of arise. So I know that you might get tricked into like, oh, I used to, you know, eat like this when I was, you know, 15 and my body was fine. Maybe you're not 15 anymore. Just something to pay attention to as that sort of happens on Sunday. Make better holiday choices about your physical health and the body you're creating. Maybe that's as simple as don't stop workouts while you go on holiday for Thanksgiving, which is, I think, the week after, if I'm making my calendar correct. Leads into Monday, the 18th of November, 2024. Heart, mind, and your physical vesicle. That's, I guess it could be a vesicle, but physical vessel, meaning your body. So your heart, which is sometimes given a spiritual understanding of heart, right? Not necessarily a thing that's pumping in your chest. And then your mind, right? And then your physical vessel, right? All of those things um, are at your command, right? So it's almost like sometimes you have command of your mind, sometimes you command of your heart, sometimes you have command of your physical vessel. And so what's happening on Monday is really sort of a unification that all of these things are going to be working in tandem, alignment, as you could say. And so you want to function on how do you want to focus on how do you function, right? And it might be slightly different, right? It's kind of like when you have an old car and you hit the gas and it doesn't do the things that it's supposed to do, or it doesn't do them like they used to, because things are out of sync. Maybe the tires are bad, maybe the throttle body, whatever. It, this is more about, hey, all those things are brand new, whether it's a brand new car or whether it's, you know, got all the new pieces that are going to make the old car run better. The discernment that happens on Monday is really who am I with everything fully functioning and obeying the will of the direction I'd like it to go in, right? So point your car this way, hit the gas, and then it goes exactly how fast you think it is and in the direction and at the pace you think it should. That sounds like a good Monday. I can't wait till that happens because it leads us into Tuesday and Wednesday, the 19th and the 20th. I'll just include next Wednesday in there because it's big and things don't move on a dime. So Pluto is going to move back into the sign of Aquarius, and that's going to be there until the 2040s. It's going to be a 19-year cycle. And Pluto is really about rebirth and transformation and hidden truths. So, and then moving into Aquarius is, the age of Aquarius is wisdom, is spirit. In the sign, it's called the water bearer, which water is usually representative of soul, of spirit, of spiritual energy. And the water bearer, when you look at the sign, is pouring that water down upon us. So we are going to learn deep spiritual truths about ourselves, and we can start to function with that fully functional body in that awareness that all of this has a purpose and it is a spiritual one, not a have to build a road kind of one. Although roads might be beneficial. And so, yeah, that'll be the end of the week. I think that's everything this week. Actually, probably next week, because I'll probably close for Thanksgiving and the day after or the weekend after, just because I'll probably be out of town. But this weekend, so Friday and Saturday, I will not be in the shop. We'll be shut down because I'm going to a family wedding out of state. And so I will be driving to get there. And so if you need to come see me in the shop, come today, Wednesday, or tomorrow, Thursday. If not, I will see you back here next Wednesday for the report. Of course, if you want to double check and see if you can get in for an appointment before the holidays, newdimensionscrystals.com, book now. It'll tell you all the calendar dates that I have available. And if I, for whatever reason, by accident or omission, have forgotten to block off a time where I need to be doing something else, you'll get sorry, that appointment was not accepted. But most of the time, I'm pretty good at that. And so just look for the acceptance of your appointment, and we'll get you in here and help you work with all these energies that are messing with the planet, messing with your mind. Yeah, I think that's everything. Until next week, everybody, I'm going to find the button that says stop recording, and many blessings.